Looking for the right realtor to sell your property? The Henri Frank Group at RE/MAX Preferred is your answer. Selling properties in Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade County? Call Henri and Frank, 954-604-9999, and schedule a free consultation and market analysis of your home. Henri Frank Group at RE/MAX will show you their 100-step program to sold. Call 954-604-9999. If you're just thinking about selling, today is the day to get started. 954-604-9999.
Welcome to South Florida. This is the Mortgage Minute with Lynn Whitefall. Today's conventional rates are starting at 3.75 on a 15-year fixed, 4.5 on a 30-year fixed. Yesterday, we priced an FHA loan at 4.25. The rates are low. The rates are very low. Investors, you can buy an investment property right now. Starting rates are 4.75. So our motto is, if you like it, lock it. That's how it goes. These rates, you can buy a lot more house for less money. Be prepared, know your numbers, get your pre-approvals, know what you qualify for. Always keep in mind, every house has a different payment. Taxes and insurance are always different. We have to make sure you get your wind mitigations, get your quotes. Chris Dunham is more than happy to provide those for you, and we can make sure that your insurance premiums are staying low. There's a lot of ways to keep the cost of a house down. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about sellers. Sellers, I want you to not be afraid of your finance buyers. I know a lot of times sellers will take a little bit less money, thinking that, we'll go for the cash deal. But it's okay to look at those buyers. The buyers, just make sure that they're working with reputable people, and I'll be more than happy to take a look at those people for you to know that, so you can feel very confident in your contracts. Guys, have you seen that? Have you seen sellers?
That's a great point you bring up, because
Absolutely.
we have a lot of listings. Henry and I are active listing agents, and we do have that discussion with our sellers, and it's an important discussion to have, and I think you bring up a great point.
Yeah, because a lot of them are very hesitant. They don't want to tie up the property unless they have if the person has a pre-approval, and if it is from somebody that's reputable, and we really know, we've worked with them before, then they're more likely to take the offer.
Yeah, because
if it's
they
someone I don't know,
right?
Then I really don't know, or don't know the agent. It's a little bit more difficult,
right?
Because you have to get the loan commitment.
And some of these online mortgage, lendingtree.com and quicken.com, I'm sorry, I don't take them.
Some of them are as good as Charmin. That's what I can tell you.
Unfortunately,
they just don't work for me.
We had a bad experience with, I won't mention the bank, but they did a pre-approval for a buyer.
Oh, go on, mention it.
Oh, no, I can't mention it anyways. And they did a pre-approval, and come to the day of closing, he wasn't approved.
Right,
He didn't even process the paperwork.
But what we say to sellers, that's why you need a good realtor that has a team behind them, a Lynn at Gold Star Financial. You really need that. You need to have everything examined. It's not just the price, although that's the starting. There's so many other factors, and this is a great point you bring up. I like the desktop underwriter approval,
yes.
the DU.
I was just going to say that. With what you don't know about DU approval is that that's what the underwriters use. The underwriters use the same software that I would use to get someone pre-qualified, and all we have to do is just make sure that the income qualifies and the assets qualify, and they match what we put in that system, and that buyer is going to get a mortgage. There's certain things that we can do to prevent the people not closing. I mean, there's so much we can do, precautions to take that we know our buyers are going to close. We're 100% sure. There's 3 steps to getting an executed contract. You want to get approved. You want to know your timeline. You want to be prepared to take action if you're a buyer. And you also want to make sure, if you're a buyer and you have a pre-approval, make sure that the person that's done your pre-approval has taken the time to verify your information. It is important that you're in contracts that you're confident you can close in. You don't want to be wasting your time or other people's time. So just take some precautions. Get the people that know what they're doing, and you're not going to have those problems. You can take those higher offers.
I think it's important that the buyers don't hold any information back from you that
Absolutely.
you really need, because you've been.
They're going to find out.
Yes, there's no way.
Underwriters, it's not.
Yes, you've had that happen before.
Absolutely,
they
find
here
out.
And there. So.
Well, that brings us to our buyers workshop on July 23rd. down at the RE/MAX Preferred facility, 12,000 square foot facility on East Oakland Park Boulevard. So it's central to most anybody. We're going to have a buyer's workshop July 23rd from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Chris Dunham from Dunham Insurance will be there. Dean Trantalis from the Trantalis Law Group. Lynn from Gold Star will be there. We'll be there. We'll have a couple of our realtors from our group, Jimmy Cunningham, Aaron Burke. And we're going to have a seminar workshop to discuss in further the process of buying. And sellers, of course, are welcome as well, but that's going to be July 23rd. You can email us at info@henryfrank.com to reserve your seat. There is limited seats, so consider that, because that's, again, it's all about becoming educated. Whether you're a seller, buyer, investor, the more you know, the more deal you'll get, because you'll have all the knowledge you need, and you come to us and we'll get you started. Which brings us into these statistics. Does everybody have their sheets to follow along?
Yes, I do.
For the listeners, for next month when we do the June numbers in July, you can in advance email me, Frank at henryfrank.com, and I'll be happy to send you a copy of this. Or you can go to our website and we'll have it posted, henryfrank.com, Henry with an I, and so you can follow along. But I just want to go through these numbers and give you some idea of what's going on, because we keep hearing all these national numbers. Housing's down 39%, condos are up 10%. You know, what is all this mean, and what is the source in which they're making these numbers?
Right, and I think that last week you already mentioned that Fannie Mae lifted Florida out of a declining market to a stable market. So
we did start talking about that.
Yeah, we did start talking about that. So, and I believe that shows right now.
You know, just to give you an idea, in all of Southern Florida, which makes up Broward County, Palm Beach County, and Miami-Dade County, we sold a total of 2,619 single-family homes. And this data is taken off the MLS. So this is data this is fact. This is what's actually closed. So it's 2,619 houses.
All three counties.
All three counties.
Right.
Now, you break out the counties. Broward County, actually Palm Beach County was in the lead at 964 homes. Broward County right behind them at 941 homes. And Dade County was the least at 714 homes. Right. But that's how it makes up the 2619. Now, we are down somewhat, but very little, from 2010 same month. We sold 3,163 homes. So we are down a few percent, but not as bad as the media portrays.
But I think it's because of the lack of inventory.
And that's probably what it is.
Because you honestly, before last year, there was a lot of good stuff out there, and the deals were there, and it was just one after another. It was great. And now, a lot of these foreclosures are completely beat up, and they just had to be redone. So there's not a whole lot of, the inventory is limited in that sense.
And then for condominiums, this is a great number and not far from 2010 numbers. Southern Florida sold a total of 3,466 condominiums. That's a really great number. And Broward County was the highest sales for May, and that was 1,275 condominiums. The next was Dade County at 1,147 condominiums, and Palm Beach County only 1,044. I say only. It's still a big number. That's a good number, but they came in third. But this also says that there's more single-family homes in Palm Beach County than there are condos, which holds true, and this is very accurate because Broward County and Miami-Dade County went and built far more condominiums than Palm Beach County did.
Mm-hmm. And, it's interesting to see that there was more foreclosures in the condominium market than there was in the single-family home.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they got hit the hardest. So,
and then last year, the number of condominiums in May 2010 was 3,827. So again, just a few percentage, and like Henry says, probably lack of inventory.
It's got to be. We have a lot of buyers hanging out waiting to make those offers, but there really isn't that much inventory.
Because if you do the comparison from 2010 and 2009, you see 2010 we sold more, and that we did have a lot more inventory. Now it seems like
right,
we just don't have as much. And I believe that we are getting more and more listings, and people are starting to put things back in the market.
Right,
so we're going to have a bigger.
And the banks are releasing. We have developers like Robert who are starting projects up. So the inventory issue, I think, will come around. But let's break this down. Single family homes in Southern Florida, 2,619. Only 309 short sale properties closed, and that's a little about 8%. Is closed, and then REO, which is the foreclosures, 583. So this shows that it's not only foreclosures and short sales that are selling. The majority were conventional sellers. Right. So if you're a seller and you're afraid to put yours on the market because the foreclosure market and the short sale market's going to overpower your listing, it's not. And the numbers show. Quickly on the condominiums, short sales 673, which is about 20%, and REO 758, which is about 23%. So in condos, the REO short sales are still not 50%. It's not major. It's only 20 and 22% of the market. So even, again, conventional sellers are winning over the number of sales each month. So it's really important to look at these numbers. And again, we do this every month for the previous month. So this was the May statistics. We'll have them posted on the website, henryfrank.com. We're going to be back on Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m. every week, Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 to 9. We are going to talk more about investors and how we service investors, large and small. If you're an investor with 1 property, 5 properties, or 50 properties, the Henri Frank Group at RE/MAX can help you. We do some property management for our clients only. We don't have a property management business,
right,
but we do back up our investors.
Yes.
We do all the rental work, and we set it up so it's very little property management. Right. But we'll talk about that on Thursday.
Okay.
And in the meantime, just remember 954-604-9999 is our office number. The website, henryfrank.com, Henry with an I. Follow us on Facebook, Henri Frank. And, of course, if you want to get in touch with Lynn Whitefall, you can always call our office and they'll direct you to Lynn, and we'll get you tied up. Okay, I guess that's it for now. And till Thursday morning, thank you for listening, and make it a great day.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Roundtable with Henry and Frank. Henry Vezzi and Frank Figliotti have a wealth of experience bringing buyers and sellers together in Broward, Palm Beach, and Miami-Dade counties. The Henri Frank Group, brokered by RE/MAX Preferred, has offices in Fort Lauderdale, Hillsborough Beach, Plantation, Wilton Manors, and soon on Las Olas Boulevard. Contact them at 954-604-9999 or online at henryfrank.com. That's Henry with an I, Frank.com. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.